Evening, everyone. Allison Turner, founder of Batcat Media Group, home of Dream Plan Start Grow, which is my podcast and business coaching program. I wanted to jump on here tonight and just tell you about a quick experience that I had this morning. So I switched cell phone companies yesterday. I switched finally from T-Mobile to Verizon. Did probably way too much research. I looked really between Verizon and Xfinity and decided to go to Verizon for a myriad of reasons, which I might go into later, but not right now. But switched companies and was switching my business account over. So ported 3 different phones, added them to Verizon, had a few issues like you always do when you change, port numbers and all that good stuff, and switched 3 phones. So traded the 3 phones we had in, got 3 new phones, which are all iPhone 14s, and finally got all this finished up yesterday, I thought, then had to go back to Verizon this morning for some issues with my phone, but I digress. But after we got home, I was like, let me jump on Amazon and order a phone case. Because what I don't particularly like to do is buy phone cases in cell phone stores because I know they mark the prices way up and a lot of them aren't that much better. I mean, besides maybe the OtterBox is a little bit more expensive, but some of those are way more expensive than what you can get on Amazon. So I jumped on Amazon last night. I looked at just a couple and made a pretty quick decision. And I made a decision for one that's about $16, $17. It was on sale. It's a clear one, so a phone can shine through, but it's got the little bumpers here and then the bumpers for the phone here. And got it in the mail, or got it in Amazon this morning. I really wanted it ASAP because I didn't want to drop this phone, which I might do. Got it this morning, opened it from Amazon, and had this little card in there. It said, wishing you a sparkling day. I was like, well, that's kind of cute. And, it's a $17 case, or I paid $17. It supposedly was on sale. It's normally $30, but who knows? Don't know the company really that well. Really bought it based on like the bumpers and things like that. So that was the front of the card. And then on the inside, it basically talked about their return policy. If you have any problem, even if you bought the wrong case size, even though it said all over it, iPhone 14 Pro, not for this phone, this phone, this phone, they'll still take it back. Had this whole thing here. And then the back of it is this, which is the name of the company, and I won't even attempt to say it. But I thought it was kind of cute because it really made the company stand out for me. It really, and it for a $17 phone case, I actually recommended it to the other 2 people on my account. I sent them the link, said, I really like this company. I think the product, I got the product this morning. That's Amazon's doing, not the company's doing. I think it holds well, and I'm super excited about it. But I want to just touch base on like how you're standing out in a crowd. So when you're in business, or even if you're in business for someone else, working for somebody else, you have to be able to stand out in a crowd because, if you're a salesperson for a company, like how are you standing out versus either other salespeople within the company, or how are you standing out against other products or services that other companies are selling? And that's really the question because, as you know, anyone listening here, there's a ton of cell phone case companies, and you can get them for $10, you can get them for $50, $60, and everything in between that. So how do you stand out, when you get someone that actually buys a product, how do you make it more special? And that's really what this company did for me when they sent me the little card with the case this morning. It made it stand out a little more, so much so that I actually recommended it to the other 2 people on my account as a good product because I liked how it fit on the phone, had great bumpers, and I really like this extra touch. So what I'm kind of challenging you to think about in your own business, or if you're working for someone else, how do you stand out? Like, what's that extra mile? How do you go that extra mile? Is it, you're doing more personal touches with the client? Is it, if you're selling a product like the phone case, Are you giving them something, you're sending them something like this, a little card, which is mass produced, so it's not anything super special, but it had to be created to be sent. So that's what I really liked about it. There was some forethought. They said their return policy, they would take any case back, even if you were the moron and bought the wrong size case, even if you were, whatever, the case was faulty, anything, they would take the case back, no questions asked. And I really thought that was a great way to display the product and to add me as a potential customer. So when I do buy another phone, I can then go back in my Amazon orders and be like, what was that phone case I got last time? Because I really like it. And I thought it's been doing a great job, assuming it stays as a great job, and they went that extra mile. So what are you doing in your business or as a person to stand out in the crowd? How do you make the difference? And that's really what I want to just stress today is, and because there's so many marketing companies out there, or there's business coaches out there. So how am I going to stand out differently than a different business coach? And it's the same thing whether you're selling products, doing services, whatever. Each of us has to figure out what that is for you. I thought it was great. I had someone that, a client that actually sent me a handwritten note after we finished some branding for her. I haven't gotten a handwritten note in ages, and she was a client of mine. So I thought that was a great way to stand out. And it kind of really got me thinking of like, maybe I should do some handwritten notes, when a client comes on or something like that, and have like Batcat Media note cards. Still haven't done it, but something to stand out in the crowd. So think about it. If you're catching the end of the video, I do encourage you to watch the whole thing or scan through the whole thing, because that's how we're going to make a difference. That's how we're going to get more referrals. That's how we are going to get more business in the end. Again, whether you are working for someone else or you are in business for yourself, how do you stand out in the crowd? Because there's a ton of competition out there, which is great. There's plenty of business for all of us, but you have to stand out so you attract the right customer for you. So I hope you have a great Monday night, great start to the week, and I will touch base with you again tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone.